All right. Hi. Welcome here. Welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you are here, whatever time you're watching this video. So I'm back, y'all. I am back. I am back and I am ready to share in my adventures. All right. So I know that I've been gone for quite a bit, like about 7 months or so. So the last time you guys saw me, I was on my way to go to a pagan festival. So I was at a pagan festival with my little brother. It was called Dragon Fest. And I fully immersed myself into this pagan festival because I grew up pagan. I grew up pagan. I grew up in a pagan household. Most of my family were involved in pagan activities, and I kind of shied away from that for a while to try to find a different route. Well, I went with my brother to Dragon Fest, and in ritual, I pretty much asked for my life partner. I was like, okay, universe, like I am really, really ready for my divine life partner to show up. I had no expectations of who or what or where or how or any of those type of deals. Like I just put it out into the universe through a group ritual that like I was ready for my actual person. And so I went to the festival and I had an amazing time with my brother. Speaking of which, hi John, with my little brother and his family, and didn't really think anything of it, and needless to say, like a month, not even a month later, I got a phone call out of nowhere, and it was who we know as this Pooh Bear. His name is Chris, but he was my love. Like I loved him. I was in love with him when I was younger. We traveled around the country together. He was there when my son was born. Like I always had a very, very fond place for him in my heart and soul. And I got this phone call from him out of nowhere, and I was not expecting that at all. Okay. Like not in my wildest dreams did I think that I was going to get a message from this person, from him. He's in my book. He's Huckleberry in my book. But yeah, he called me up out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, just stay calm. You know what I mean? Like there's no, like, I don't know what's going on here. Just try to remain calm. Like it's cool. So we ended up hooking back up. Like we are back together after 20 years. And like this was us when we were younger. Like we were little baby bats all hitchhiking around the country. And like some of the greatest experiences I had with him. And yeah, I was definitely not expecting that. So when they talk about like manifesting your person and them coming out of nowhere, like this completely came out of left field. I had given up on the idea of him ever being back into my life like a bazillion years ago, right? Like that was like far off in left field. Like, yeah, right, that's never going to happen. But sure enough, he's here. We're together. We're back together. When I put it out to the universe, like I had no expectation of who would be coming into my life. I was just, manifesting my person, my divine life partner, whoever that might be. I was just like, okay, I'm ready for this. So I went to the Nine Inch Nails concert, and he showed up the day after the Nine Inch Nails concert. And since then, we have been on all kinds of adventures. We went to hot springs. We went to the sand dunes. We went to, I went to LA with my son. My son's in a band. We went to LA. I can't really see comments. So if you guys are in here, I'm sorry that it's not showing me on this platform. I'm in a different type of platform, but I do see that. So Michael Nelson, hi, Michael. And my little brother and Mama Beans, like, so I'm back. I am back. And we just got back from a cruise. Like I went to Jamaica. We went to Grand Cayman. We went to the Bahamas. Like we kayaked through the mangroves in the Bahamas, right? Like I have been really, really embracing like a life that I never thought that I'd be able to manifest. Hi, Doris. I'm glad you made it. Like I mean, I went from being a complete, drugged out, from being in complete active addiction where I never thought that there would be hope for anything to, being a drug addict to a going on cruises in Jamaica and living life with the love of my life, like somebody that I never ever thought that it would be that we would ever be back together, and like we're back together. Like it's freaking crazy. Okay, it's crazy to me. But if you want to know about him, he's in my book. I wrote about him in my book. I call him Huckleberry in my book, but we call him Pooh Bear. His name is Chris. But yeah. So we've been going on adventures. It's like Adventure Times just picked back up, and we've been cruising in Jamaica. We've been cruising, went to a cruise to Jamaica, and we kayaked through the mangroves in the Bahamas, and we saw sea turtles in Grand Cayman. So that's my new addiction now. So if you guys ever want to go on a cruise, okay, I'm telling you, like you can totally, if I can do it, you can totally do it. All right. Like you just put a down payment and you could pay it off for the rest of the year. All right. Like I'm not any super fancy special person. And we made it happen. So I'm telling you that you should absolutely like invest in a cruise, invest in your future, take some opportunities to go see the world, go see the sights, right? You don't have to just stay you don't need a visa, you don't need a passport, you don't need none of that to get on a cruise and go to some places, which I mean, it's kind of weird because they don't stamp your passport. It's like I got this passport and I was like ready for it to be stamped. But yeah, I don't know about the like or share icons on this platform. I have set my studio back up. Like I'm not in my studio right now, but I did set my studio back up, and I will be doing live from there. I will be doing readings from there. I will be doing channel messages. I will be like, I am so ready to come back and to share what I have learned. And like, I feel so rejuvenated and so in touch with spirit. Like I had lost my, not to say mojo, like not to say that I lost my mojo, but like I had lost like hearing. Like I couldn't hear the messages from spirit anymore. Like I don't know if I was like blocked, or if there was a, like if there was just a mental block or if there was a spiritual block. But it's like I felt like I was completely bogged down from all kinds of different directions and had no real clarity. And now I feel super, super clear and ready to just tackle the world. Like I feel like I can actually bring value to my loved ones, to my readings. Like I felt like I had lost a lot of the value that I was bringing. And I didn't really want to, just put content on. Pixie says hello. So we got two new fur babies. We have Enola. We got a land seal. We got some land seal pitties, little land seal pitties, and Winslow. And there are new. Well, they're new to me. They're Chris's fur babies. But yeah, nature really is very soothing to the soul. Like I can't even, I never, it was so surreal. The water was so blue, like so blue. I went to Huntington Beach and to LA with my son for his band. We traveled to LA, and my son got to play on the famous Whiskey A Go Go stage, right? And we were in LA, hung out in LA for about a week, and went to Huntington Beach and got to sink my feet into the sand. And it reminded me, like I was reminded of how fast LA is. It was like 4:30 in the morning or something. I drove for like 20 straight hours, and it was like 4:30 in the morning, and we were on I-15, still an hour before LA, and it was back to back, bumper to bumper traffic. I was like, oh fuck no, dude! Like, oh my god. Jennifer is who I went with on the cruise. Jennifer and Sean. They'd always done cruises. I always see them, their pictures and stuff always on this cruise. So I was like, I'm gonna go with Jennifer and Sean. And sure enough, she was like, oh yeah, you want to come? She was like, bloop bloop bloop. She looked up her thing, found a cruise to go on, sent me the link, and was like, here, we're gonna go on this one. I was like, all right, bet. And yep, made it freaking happen. So I am super, super thankful to Jennifer and Sean for introducing me and being the badasses that they are. Because like I was scared, like I've never been on a cruise before. I don't know like what I'm supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do, what I'm supposed to book, how I'm not supposed to book it. But really, you can literally just go on and find one for the day that works for you. And if you do it far enough in advance, like I already have another one booked. I have a cruise to Belize booked for my birthday next year. So we're sailing out to Belize and to Honduras and to Cozumel on my birthday. We leave on October 2nd. 2027, and I have until July 4th of next year to pay it off. So it's literally like you can take all year long to pay for it, and then you just hop on a boat and all your food's free. Like you get to eat for free. Like they make you pay for drinks or whatever, but you could get a drink package if you drink alcohol, which we were good. We did not drink any alcohol. They had a 0 proof. We had a 0 proof package, so we got all these fancy mocktails. Like we were drinking non-alcoholic mojitos and non-alcoholic Bloody Marys, and like that was like part of our gig. Is like we would go around to all the different bars and like try to figure out which bar had the best mocktails to drink, because they just came out with that 0 proof package. So we went on a cruise and still stayed sober. So I'm super proud of us for that. But next year will be 5 years. I'll be 5 whole years, right? From being a drug dealer to being a cruise sailor, a ship sailor, sailing the seas. So it's just been really surreal. Like it's been so surreal. Like manifestation is I've been really experiencing what like abundance feels like, living what my manifestations were, like I manifested a cruise. I really wanted to go on a cruise. I really wanted to, see somewhere other than America. And like, I got to do that, I put it into motion. Like they say, like, you can't just go to a fishing hole without a fishing pole and expect fish to just jump in your boat. So manifestation takes some action. It's like I had to decide what it was that I wanted. Like, okay, I'm going to go on this cruise. And then I had to actually put my worm on the hook and throw it out there and look for cruises to go on. And then I had to, plan for that. So it's like you can't just not take a fishing pole and expect fish to jump into your boat. It's like you do have to put some action in towards your manifestations, but it's real, y'all. Like it's really real. Like I've manifested the love of my life. I manifested being sober. I've manifested like just peace, the peace that I have in my life right now. Like I can't, like from such chaos, like I've lived so much chaos for so long, man, that it's like the peace almost like sometimes it's like it almost feels boring where you're like, wait, is there, and then I have to remind myself that like no, like bitch, you ain't bored. Like this is what peace is. Like you're not bored. You just don't have any crazy in your life right now, right? I've lost some weight. I did have to put my Nancha dog down. So my old lady dog, we did have to put her down. And that was sad. That was super, super sad. I've never had to do that before. So that was the first time that I'd ever had to do that. And my heart goes out to anybody that has to do that, because that's rough. But tell Barb I said hello. But I am back, and I will be sharing with you all of the pictures from my adventures, and the videos that I got going on. I'm super excited. Like I was kind of nervous. I was like, man, I haven't been on in so long, like getting back into it. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you guys thank you guys so much for still being here. Like you guys are rock stars for sure. But And it's 4:44, right on time, right? So we're going to do, I'll be back with tarot. I'll be doing tarot. And I'll be doing like live questions and stuff too. But I've missed you guys so much. I can't really see comments, which is weird because I know that I will when I'm back in my studio. But kayaking through the mangroves, and we hiked up this waterfall. We hiked like not on the steps of the waterfall, but the actual waterfall itself. Like we had to hike up the waterfall, which was absolutely beautiful. Jamaica was probably the one place that it actually felt like I was out of the country. Like all the Grand Cayman felt like an extension of Miami. It was very much Americanized, but the Bahamas were absolutely beautiful and like more desolate once we got out of the Celebration Keys, because the cruise line like bought part of the Bahamas. They bought this island and made it their own. So they turned it into like these lagoons, which are like just these like pools that you could get into, but they offer these shore excursions where you could go kayaking through the mangroves and go see these caves and do all that. And I would definitely recommend doing getting out of the man-made structures, because there was so much more to see outside of their little man-made island that they had. I mean, it was cool because like you didn't have to pay for anything on that island. It was part of the cruise itself. So, and we were on a celebration, celebration, Carnival Horizon. Yeah, we were on the Carnival Horizon. So how have you guys been? Yeah, Jamaica definitely felt way less commercial. Like it actually felt like I left the country. And everybody drove on the left side of the road, and I was like trying to pretend that I was driving on the left side of the road, and boy, it would take some fucking practice because I'd be running over all kinds of shit. Like, for reals, I would have ran over stuff for sure. But, and it was the comedian that we seen on the ship, like, said that Jamaica is like the only ghetto that white people pay to go see. I was like, that's brutal, bro. That's brutal. Yeah, and there were goats everywhere and chickens all over the road and like these packs of wild dogs. But there were some amazing, like the Conoco Falls were absolutely gorgeous. But I went to the Nine Inch Nails concert. I got to see Nine Inch Nails. I went to LA, went into the sand dunes, the Colorado sand dunes. We went and stayed at the hot springs up there. What are the names of those hot springs? But it's like this collation where you like buy a membership, and it was like $30 for the night to like stay there plus the soaking fee, but you could soak all night. And there were fireflies in the mountains, on the side of the mountain. So you're like hanging out in a hot spring, right? In the middle of the fucking night, and there's little lights, like the little light pops up, boop, like this, and like goes out, and boop, and goes out. And Chris thought it was so funny because like he's from Missouri, so he's like used to fireflies, and I'm like squealing like a little girl, all like super excited, like, oh my god, there's one right there. Did you see that one? Like I'm all excited about the fireflies. He's like, they're bugs, bro. I'm like, but they're fireflies on the mountain, you know? Like, how often do you get to see fireflies on the mountain? So for all of you out there that like live in the South and get to see fireflies all the time, like don't take it for granted, because we don't get those out here. We don't have no fireflies. Aw, I love Barb and Michael, Jennifer. I love you guys so much. Like I got this little seashell with some beach glass in it. We got these really amazing pictures taken. I'll share all this stuff, but I wanted to come on and touch base with you guys because it's been too long. It's been way too long. And it's weird that I can't really see like the comments. I love you too, Jennifer. I had so much fun with you guys. But yeah, I'm booking another cruise to Belize. We will be leaving to Belize on my birthday next year. Like now all I do is like look up cruises. I'm like, okay, where can we go on this? Like we want to get an RV. Me and Chris want to get an RV, and we want to travel the world, you know? We have so much experience doing that already. I mean, he we both hitchhiked, you know, we both hitchhiked all across America. There isn't a share or a like. That's weird. It's okay. My other, when I get back into my studio, it'll be back to normal. This kitty is doing stuff. He's all, ugh. My little meow meow. So how have you guys been? I hope you're all well. So I did get some bad news. Like, my mom got diagnosed with cancer. She goes in for surgery, like a procedure. Not really, it's a procedure. She's going to get a procedure tomorrow morning. So, all the prayers that you can send out to my mom would be greatly appreciated. You know, it's weird how our traumas from our past, how they manifest in our bodies, you know. And one of my mom's major trauma places was, you know, through her womb, or through you know, just it revolved around sex in general. And she ended up with a tumor. She's got a tumor in her womb area, which is super freaking scary. So other than that, we've been fishing. I'm kind of sad that the fishing season is over. I'm looking forward to the next ewe season. My mom calls it ewing because every time I put a worm on a hook, it's so disgusting. I'm all ew, 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 ew. But like, I do it anyways. You know, I caught a catfish. I didn't know that those fuckers bark at you. Yeah, it's cancer. I don't like saying the big fat C word. Yeah, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and it's scary. But she goes into surgery tomorrow, and I don't get to go. I was supposed to go, but I got sick from the cruise. So I just now, where I'm not coughing or whatnot. So I don't get to go with her to surgery tomorrow to be safe. But yeah. So just been really trying to enjoy life, like be present in all of the peace that I've actually created in my life. Like, I have a living room now. I haven't had a living room. I haven't had plants. Like, I finally got to a stage in my recovery where I can keep plants alive. Like, I have plants now. I have a plant stand. I have plant lights. And in my darkest parts of my addiction, like, I remember looking around and I was like, what am I doing? You know, I was like, all of my every single one of my plants were dead. They were all crumbled and brown and dead. And there was a hole in my drum. And like, my life was such a mess. It was such a mess. And to look around now and see that there's life growing back in my house, and that there's life growing in my life, that my life is actually growing and glowing. And like, I'm just so appreciative of where I am now, because I mean, not very many people, not everybody gets to make it out of that. Not everybody gets to make it 5 years into recovery to where they can talk about growing plants again, you know? So like, the fact that I have a spider plant, and I have a philodendron, and I have a ficus, and I have a money tree, and I have all of these beautiful plants in my living room. I actually have a living room again. Like, I kicked my son's band out of the living room. I kicked him out of the living room. I was all, "Pooh, out with your drum set." And I was like, I want my living room. So they don't practice here anymore. I actually got to have my living room back, which is I've needed it. I needed it. You know, I don't know if any of you remember the videos that I posted when I did my floor, and like, it's come such a long ways. Like, I've come such a long ways. And one of these days, like, I will actually share, because I took pictures of the befores. I took videos of how bad it was. And one of these days I'll be brave enough to share those with everyone. Because it's like, when you look back and you see how far you've come, it's like, wow, man. Like, I never thought that I would be living with the love of my life and going on cruises and get to plant plants again. And, just, I'm excited. I'm super excited. So don't give up. Like, if you're out there and you think that like it can't happen for you, it can. You can totally manifest all of this. You can manifest going to cruises. You can manifest going to Fiji. You can manifest growing plants in your house. You can manifest the love of your life. Just don't put any names to it. Don't have any sort of expectations. Yeah, we could play games now in my living room, right? Played Dungeons and Dragons. I get to play Dungeons and Dragons with my brother. But yeah, I started back. I took back out all of my pagan books, and I put all of my herbs back on my shelves, and like I found my way back to me, instead of trying to be someone that I wasn't, trying to fit some sort of mold that I didn't fit into. That they didn't love me there anyways. And it was because I wasn't loving myself. So it was like, if I didn't love myself, I was conforming to fit in some box that I didn't fit into, then of course, like, I wasn't going to be appreciated because I wasn't being real to me anyways. So, I have refound my me. Yeah, Uno. I fucking love Uno. We play Uno No Mercy all the time. And yeah, if you've never played that game, it is pretty brutal. It can be brutal. But I love you guys so much. I'm sure I have so much more. Like, I'm going to be sharing so many videos and pictures and uploads and, right? If we could do it together online, that would be so dope. I'm sure we could figure it out. If we could play D&D online together, I'm sure we could figure it out. I'm so thankful for all of you for still being here and supporting me. Uno. But yeah, please send my mom some prayers for tomorrow. She goes into surgery really super early in the morning. And I will be throwing some cards for you guys here soon, probably in the next day or two. Depending on what happens with mom tomorrow, I might come on here tomorrow and we'll throw some cards. I've been working really hard on resetting up my studio. Like, I had a new roommate that moved in, and like all of the energy just got chaotic and all crazy, and like everything switched around, and we moved one room into another room and had to move another room into this room, and like we just got it all figured out. Like, it's the energy has like balanced out. We got everything situated. And it should be fun. I'm excited. So I'll be posting videos. All right. I didn't want to come on here for too terribly long. I just wanted to come in and say hello, and that I love you guys, and you will be seeing a lot more of me. Yeah, up at 2:30. And I'm excited. I'm excited. So you'll be seeing videos of Jamaica and of the Grand Caymans and of Huntington Beach and all that stuff. I'm going to post all that stuff on here. No, now that I'm back. So some of Nine Inch Nails, some of the Bat Cave we went to. I've been learning to walk up hills. Like, okay, so I decided that I don't like morning time, and I don't like running. So those must be two freaking things that I really need to incorporate into my life, is getting up in the morning and incorporating some sort of running or like hiking up hills. So I've been trying to do more of that. I've been going to the gym. I've already lost some weight. I think I lost like 30 pounds already. Just trying to eat better and take care of myself. I love you so much, Jennifer. You guys are all really amazing. Hell yeah. All right. Well, until next time, I will see you guys soon, okay? Ended up at Marilyn Manson. I've seen Marilyn Manson a couple times. I've seen Nine Inch Nails more than once. Nine Inch Nails is like my all-time favorite band, so I've been to more bands than I will ever remember though. Like I've been to so many bands, I'm almost burnt out on seeing bands, to be honest. I'm like, is there something else? Like let's go do something else. Like horrible. That's how many bands I've seen, which I can't complain about, but that was my life for so long, you know. And it was also really hard in the first parts of my sobriety to stay sober and be at shows, you know. But they make some really, really amazing non-alcoholic beers now, which are delicious. They're still freaking expensive. You might be like, they're just as expensive as like a really, really expensive soda, but it helps. It's helped. Every time that I have went to a show or whatever, like there's been some times that have been very, very testing. You know, I think going to Dragon Fest with my brother and being around the bonfire and all of everybody just partying, at the bonfire, like that was probably one of my biggest tests of my sobriety. If it wouldn't have been for the fact that I plugged in to the festival and was driving around like I was driving the shuttle. So I would just pick people up from one campfire and take them to their tents and, like just went in this loop with this golf cart all freaking night. Like if it wouldn't have been the fact, like acts of service, like I plugged in and participated in acts of service, and that helped keep me at bay, because boy, that inner Wiley, my inner Wiley is still there. She's still in there, all woo, but whoo, we gotta just simmer down now, So, because I can't just drink one, you know, and it's I try to convince myself sometimes, like, oh, it's cool, like, no, it ain't cool, you know. But anybody in recovery knows that. So, you know what's up, right? All right. Well, I just wanted to come on real quick and give you guys an update and share what's been going on and tell you about manifesting the love of my life back into my life. Like, I never thought that that was going to happen ever in a million, gazillion, trillion years. Did I expect for me and Chris to be back together? We call him Pooh Bear, but in my book, his name is Huckleberry. He's like, I'll be your Huckleberry. I got my Huckleberry. I got my Huckleberry back. He's kind of camera shy, so we'll see if we could get him to come on here. But thank you so much. It was really fun. Like, it's been fun. And through that, I refound myself. I got, manifested my divine life partner into my life. So it's like, I'm pretty sure that that's my divine life partner, but it could be a huge ultimate test, because if it was anybody else, like, I probably would like, no, what do you mean you're going to come stay with me? Like, no, I'm breaking all my rules. I'm breaking the rules. But I mean, it's Pooh Bear. I don't know. It's weird. It's crazy that we've already been together for almost 6 months, and it's like, time just goes by. It's so chill, like I instantly know that I could trust him. Like my soul just instantly loves him. Like I just love him, and my soul just instantly trusts him. Like we are opposite in a lot of ways. Like we're complete opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm sure you guys will hear more about all that. I love you, little brother. Back doing the dang thing, huh? Back on YouTube. But yeah, so don't ever give up, Don't give up. Firefly. I was so excited. Like, oh my God, there's a firefly. And he's like, what? He's like, it's a bug. They're just bugs, you know? I'm like, but it's a glowing butt bug. The little butts glow, you know? And yeah, he is a great guy. He's a good man. He is definitely a good man. No doubt about that. He's honorable. He's kind of an old man, a little boring sometimes, but you know, that's peaceful, right? And he puts up with my snoring. Uh, at first, he was like poking me in the ribs, like every time like, we go to bed or whatever, he'd like poke me in the fucking ribs. You know, I was like, that is rude as fuck. Like, I'm over there just declaring how great of a sleep I'm having, you know? I'm like, that's what they say snoring is just declaring to the world how great you're sleeping. I'm over here just declaring to the world how great of a sleep I'm having, and he's over here poking me in the ribs. Like, Harold, how dare I be sleeping? But we got me checked for sleep apnea, and I don't have no sleep apnea. I did have really, really high blood pressure, though, but we got that under control. Like, my blood pressure was ridiculous. It was like, my blood pressure was like 209, like stroke level shit. But I'm like, you know what? It's just because my soul vibrates at such a high frequency, it has a hard time staying trapped inside this body, you know? I was like, it's normal. Like, that's normal for me, but apparently that's not normal. No, I got this strap. Hold your mouth shut while you're sleeping. It looks ridiculous, but I don't care. I put it all on. I put my face mask on and put this strap on my on my face. He's like, babe, I would rather you just snore. He's like, you don't have to do it. Just snore, dude. He's like, I turned it into chainsaws in my dream. You know, like, you know how when you like go to sleep and like you can turn other sounds from the outside world and incorporate it into your dreams. He's like, I don't have no ball gag from my old days. Hey, you telling my secrets over there. That's hilarious. All right, on that note, from the old days, how do you know it's the old days? Hmm. All right. For reals this time. I keep saying I'm going to go, but I just missed you guys so much, and they have a lot to share, but I'm sure I will be sharing. I'll just keep sharing. But it really happened. Manifestation is really real, and don't give up. Don't give up, because when you least expect it, like, never in my wildest fucking dreams did I expect it. Never. I did not expect it. It was the last. I was not looking. I was open to receive, but I wasn't expecting. And we are complete opposites, and it really is possible. Okay? It's really possible. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, I'll come back on tomorrow. We'll do some readings tomorrow. And I will let you know what's going on with my mom, keep you updated, okay? And for reals, I love you, okay? Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.